Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea. I hope you're all well. So in this video we're going to be looking at a brand new Overdrive pedal from Beetronics. They're an absolutely awesome brand that I've had the pleasure of working with quite a few times. If you've not heard of them before, I suggest you check them out because they've got some amazing pedals. I use the Octahive as well on my board, which I love. It's an Octavio kind of sound. They've got the Royal Jelly Overdrive, but today we're looking at the Fat Bee Overdrive. This is a small form factor overdrive pedal. Now, of course, the world has many overdrive pedals, but the reason I'm specifically looking forward to this one is because I quite love the way Beetronics pedals sound. They've got a kind of, well, like the name sort of suggests, it's a kind of buzzy but a really likable kind of buzzy kind of tone to the top end of their pedals and their sounds. I'm not sure if it's going to be like that with this one, but I'm really excited to try it out because I imagine it's going to be great. Something else I wanted to say is that, of course, there's probably loads of demos of this pedal already on the internet, people using things like Tele, Strats, Les Pauls, classic guitars, because I guess they're kind of aimed more in that world. But I figured for this, of course I'm going to use the Strat, but I also wanted to use something a bit more modern, so I've got my ML3 Carthus Burst, I've got a Mayonnaise Regis Core Classic, so we're going to try and see what kind of tones we can get. I'm running to 2 amps right now. I'm going to be using my VX100 for a sort of a crunchier modern amplifier, and the Victory VC35 for a kind of AC30 sort of sound. So, and that's running into the Torpedo Studio, and the VX100's into the aux box, and I've got my board on the floor which has reverb and delay, and I'm going to patch in some fuzz and all sorts of stuff. So there'll be all sorts of cool tones in this video. But right now I'm going to unbox the pedal, show you guys what it looks like. I haven't seen it myself, so anyway, let's crack on. Let's open the box. So firstly, lovely wrapping in there. We got some stuff on the, oh look at that, honey splurges on the inside. I like it. Right, ditch the box. So we've got a couple of little leaflets here. Let's get inside. Oh, there's a sticker. So that's the Fat Bee sticker that you get with it if you buy that. I'm assuming that comes with different pedals as well that are themed to the right pedal. And then we've got another one, but it's an information card. So yeah, basically, well, it's red. Let's just have a look. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Yes. That is small. So this is the Fat Bee. Check that out. That's a lovely looking pedal. You've got 2 LEDs on the front. It's really nice metal sort of plate design with this kind of brushed aluminium red look. I love the color. 3 controls. We've got weight, flavor, and honey. Now I do know that weight is volume, flavor is tone, and honey is of course gain. So it's a super simple pedal. That's why I wanted to do a bit more of an extravagant rig situation so we could see how it works with other pedals. But that is the Honeybee. Now the other thing is that the controls are on the back, so I guess that's a good close-up camera angle for you to see. As everything's currently set at 12, that's how we will start. Okay, so I've got my Strat, and I figured we'd start here and work our way up. I'll show you the amps first. This is the VC35 into the Torpedo. So very crystal-like, pristine, sort of clean. And then this is the VX100 into the aux box. So it's definitely got more gain, completely different load box. It takes a while, short while for your ears to adjust. Anyway, we'll start on the clean amp and see where the Fat Bee can take us. So at the minute everything's at 12 o'clock. We'll start bridge pickup. And let's check it out. Sounds great. So that's a really natural feeling overdrive to me, very organic. It seems to just layer itself nicely in on the top of that VC35. So like I said, weight is volume, flavor is tone, and honey is gain. So do you see what I mean about having that kind of almost buzz-like quality to it in a nice way? It's like a sizzle, but using all the words under the sun to try and describe something. But you know what I mean? It's somehow it's like this nice, warm sort of sizzle on the top end. It's not really harsh. That's with the treble high as well, you know? Let me back that back down, bring the gain back. So this is everything 12. This is without. And this is with. So obviously it's boosting and it's just, yeah, it's warming everything up nicely. Now if you push the front of the amp, start adding some gain with that. So I'm really loving what it's doing to the VC35. I'm going to put it back to 12 o'clock and let's try it with the VX100. Okay, VX100. And let's throw on the Fat B. Definitely fattening it up. I got a bit carried away with that jam there because it sounds really good. It feels really nice, the way it sort of gels with your amplifier's sort of tone. And it's easy. I mean, it's just, you know, gain, volume and treble, but it's a really nice sounding overdrive. I really like it. And it fattens things up. It's wicked. So let's change guitars and try something a bit more modern. Okay, so now we're going to try the Mayonnaise Core Classic Regis, and we're on the VC35, so this is how it sounds. It's obviously bare knuckle humbuckers, and obviously the single coils, but it's higher output, so it's going to give us more. Sounds wonderful. And then this is the VX100. So that's the 2 amps. Let's go back to the VC35. This is bridge pickup. And then here comes the Fat B. So obviously you can hear all the reverb that I've added now using the board. That's because we've kind of heard the pedal and I'm just trying to get cool tones with it. So here we go. You can hear it like hitting the front and it's doing that sort of gated sort of compression thing. Definitely sounds good with this guitar. Like when you throw in that preamp that's like a compressor style coil split, you get this nice thick full fat sort of humbucker tone. But then when you throw in that boost, basically, that's the guitar giving me more tonal options, but it's really nice the way it works and feels with this pedal. So. I love the way that it's doing that sort of fast attack, like over-compressed sort of thing, which is essentially what's happening, but I don't know, I like the way it sounds, and there's tons of chord definition. So I'm definitely not complaining there, and that's just on the VC35, so I'll take it back off. Let's move across to the VX100. That obviously sounds great. Let's throw back on the Fat B. I think that was sick. I mean, again, we're hearing tons of overloading happening, but there's something about that late attack thing. I'm well into that. Anyway, lastly, let's just try out the ML3 with bare knuckle highest output guitar of the lot, so let's see what happens. Okay, so we've got the Carthus Burst ML3 beer, silo in the bridge, little 59 in the neck. This is cute. This is the VC35. And then the VX100. So there's quite a difference there, but anyway, let's see what happens. Fat B. It's just all-out fatness, isn't it, really? It sounds insane. That's with the VC35, loving that. So let's go to the VX100. So this is the VX100. And here comes the Fat B. I mean, it's more of the same, really, but it would sound cool for this section from a Tosca song. It's quite a cool effect. Well, there you go. There is another, probably way longer than it should have been, video on an overdrive pedal. This particular overdrive pedal, the Beetronics Fat B, I'm all over it. I like that kind of sound where you overload it and you get that kind of fuzzy gated fuzz thing. Well into that. Sounds great on a Strat in front of something like the AC30, sort of cleaner tones. Yeah, in terms of overdrive, it seems to cater for that kind of push clean, a little bit of crunch thing to play the softer, more bluesy stuff. But then you can totally just crank it and turn it into a complete fire breather. So I'm just really impressed. As always with Beetronics, they just managed to do that. They just managed to impress me with whatever they seem to bring out. It's right up my street in terms of, it's that perfect halfway house between like usable in different contexts or like specific for songwriting, if that makes sense. And they really do a good job of that. Not only do they do a good job of the way they sound, they look amazing as well. So anyway, there is a look at the Beetronics Fat B. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks to Beetronics for sending it to me to do this video, and thank you all very much for watching. Like, subscribe and share, and I will see you all very soon.